Gentlemen, I want to talk to you straight. No sugarcoating, no beating around the bush. Imagine for a second that you could press one hidden spot on your own body for just 60 seconds and bring back the kind of firm, powerful erections you thought were gone for good. I'm not talking about some gimmick you'd find on a late night infomercial. This is a natural method backed by both modern medicine and centuries of traditional healing that restores circulation, sensitivity, and most importantly, your confidence. And here's the thing that gets my patients every time. It works at 60, 70, even 80 years old. My name is Dr. Chloe Bennett. I'm a urologist and men's health specialist, and I've spent over 25 years helping older men reclaim their vitality. In my career, I've sat across from thousands of guys who leaned in and whispered things they'd never told anyone. The frustration, the embarrassment, the feeling that a part of who they are is slipping away. And I've had the privilege of walking them toward real, practical solutions that actually deliver. So many men believe that once things start fading down there, you've only got two choices: pop a pill or accept it. That's just not true. There's a spot on your own body that almost nobody talks about. A spot that traditional medicine has recognized for centuries and that modern science now confirms has the power to reactivate your blood flow, wake up your nerves, and strengthen your entire pelvic region. Here's my promise to you. If you massage this point for just 1 minute a day, you can boost circulation, release tension in your pelvic floor, and fire up the systems that fuel strong erections and lasting energy. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly where it is, how to find it with your own hands, the right way to stimulate it, and which natural oils can supercharge the whole process. Stick with me, because this could be the missing piece you've been looking for. Now, before I show you where this point is, we need to understand what's actually changing inside your body after 50. Those erections that used to show up without a second thought start losing their punch, not because your manhood is disappearing, but because certain internal processes are quietly dialing down circulation, nerve sensitivity, and muscle strength in your pelvis. Let me talk to you the same way I talk to my patients behind closed doors. I've seen this in hundreds of men. At first, everything works the way it always has, and then over the years, almost without you noticing, things shift. What used to be firm and reliable suddenly becomes uncertain, sometimes half-mast, sometimes a no-show altogether. And it's not just about the bedroom. This hits your confidence, the way you see yourself as a man. A lot of guys tell me they feel like a piece of their identity is slipping through their fingers, but I need you to understand something right now. You are not alone, and this is not your fault. Here's what's really going on. After 50, your body goes through very specific changes. First, the muscles of your pelvic floor, the ones responsible for controlling both urination and erections, become tight and weak at the same time. I know that sounds contradictory, but think of a rubber band that's been stretched out for too long. It feels taut, but it's lost its snap. That's what's happening inside you. The tightness chokes off blood flow, while the weakness means those muscles can't hold erections the way they used to. Second, your blood vessels themselves lose elasticity. They stiffen, narrow, and can't dilate the way they did when you were younger. Erections depend on a fast, powerful rush of blood, and when the pipes can't open up, firmness and duration both take a hit. Third, the nerves in your pelvic region start getting compressed. Years of sitting too much, stress, poor posture, even old inflammation scars end up squeezing the pathways that carry sensation. The result is dulled sensitivity, weaker arousal, and slower response. Now you might be thinking, Doc, that sounds like a dead end. Weak muscles, stiff vessels, pinched nerves. But here's where I need your full attention. Just because this is common does not mean it's permanent. These aren't a life sentence. They're signals your body is sending, asking for help, for stimulation, for renewed circulation. And the surprising truth is there's one very specific point on your body, hidden in plain sight, that when massaged correctly, can reverse a huge portion of this decline. That point is called the perineum, known in traditional medicine as the $1 million point. It sits right between the scrotum and the anus, smack in the center. I know, it's a spot most men have never paid attention to, but let me tell you exactly why it matters so much. Right underneath that small strip of skin run critical blood vessels that carry blood directly to the penis. Think of them as the fuel lines for your erections. Alongside them travel essential nerves that send arousal and pleasure signals to your brain. Without those impulses firing properly, intimacy fades like music playing through busted speakers. The root of the penis anchors right here, and just above sits the prostate, an organ vital to both sexual and urinary function. All of these elements, vessels, nerves, muscles, organs, converge in a space smaller than the palm of your hand. When circulation slows down, nerves lose sensitivity, and muscles lock up, this is the exact crossroads where problems pile up. But here's the beautiful part. By applying gentle, consistent massage to the perineum, you can influence all of these systems simultaneously. It's like sending your body a clear signal. Wake up, release, let everything flow again. I've had guys tell me it felt like a traffic jam in their pelvis suddenly cleared and everything started moving freely. That's why ancient healing traditions placed so much value on this spot. They understood that vitality could be maintained through targeted care of this one small area. And today, modern science confirms what those cultures already knew. Now let me walk you through exactly how to find it and what to do once you do. Picture me right there in the room with you, guiding your hand the way I've done with thousands of men before. The perineum is that small strip of skin right between the scrotum and the anus, dead center. When you press gently with your fingertips, you should feel a slight soft indentation. A little tender, maybe even a bit delicate. That tenderness isn't damage. It's confirmation you found the right spot. For those of you who want a clearer picture, think of it this way. If you're sitting down, it's the area that presses against the seat of a bicycle. It's the midpoint between your two most private landmarks. If you draw an imaginary line from the base of your scrotum straight back, the perineum is about halfway along that line. Once you feel that soft, slightly sensitive dip, you're there. Once you've found it, the technique is simple. Bring your index and middle fingers together and apply steady, moderate pressure. Imagine how you'd press a ripe tomato, firm enough to feel its texture, gentle enough not to crush it. That's your ideal pressure. From there, make small circles clockwise for 30 seconds, then switch to counterclockwise for another 30 seconds. That 1-minute routine is typically enough to start improving circulation and releasing tension. Some guys prefer gentle up and down bouncing motion. Others find benefits in alternating 5 seconds of firm pressure with 5 seconds of release, creating a rhythmic pumping action that drives blood flow. The key is understanding this isn't about brute force or chasing instant results. Too much pressure just leaves you sore and discouraged. Think of it less like a workout and more like a gentle invitation, a signal to your body to relax and open back up. With practice, the motion becomes second nature, and soon you'll notice your body responding. More warmth in the area, a sense of relief, maybe even a gentle pulse that tells you fresh blood is flowing through regions that had been neglected. The beauty of this technique is its simplicity. No special tools, no expensive treatments, no complicated instructions. Just your own hands, a comfortable position, and the willingness to give yourself 60 seconds of conscious care. Now, while you can absolutely do this massage with nothing but your fingertips, there's a way to make it far more comfortable and significantly more effective. The right oils. After years of working with men, I can tell you the correct oil completely transforms the experience. It's not just about reducing friction. The oil opens additional layers of healing, boosts circulation, calms inflammation, and nourishes tissues that have been ignored for years. I had a gentleman in his early 70s who tried the massage dry for a week and found it uncomfortable and underwhelming. When I suggested adding oil, everything changed. Within days, he felt more warmth, better flow, and an overall sense of well-being. At the top of my list is castor oil. It's been used for centuries in traditional medicine because it penetrates deep into tissue. It contains ricinoleic acid, a compound that simultaneously calms inflammation and stimulates circulation. Applied to the perineum, it seems to reach beyond the surface, down to the internal muscles and vessels. Many men describe a pleasant warmth afterward. That's blood flowing better. Another excellent option is virgin coconut oil, my go-to recommendation for guys with sensitive skin. It's naturally antibacterial, soothing, absorbs easily, and contains compounds that support hormonal balance. And let's be honest, it smells a lot better than castor oil. For those who want something more potent, black seed oil contains thymoquinone, which studies associate with improved circulation and testosterone support. You can even blend these oils and add a few drops of essential oils: peppermint for circulation, rosemary for nerve activity, sandalwood for reproductive health. Just remember, essential oils are powerful. 3 to 4 drops per ounce of carrier oil is plenty. So why does all this actually work? Let me break down the science. First, when you apply pressure and gentle movement to the perineum, you're essentially acting as a pump, pushing stagnant blood out and inviting fresh, oxygen-rich blood in. Erections depend entirely on this blood flow, and the more you stimulate circulation, the stronger the system becomes. That warmth you feel during or after the massage, that's blood returning to areas that were starved. Second, you're reactivating nerves that may have gone sluggish. The nerves carrying arousal and erection signals run right through the perineal region, and when tight muscles or poor posture compress them, those signals weaken. Gentle massage decompresses them. Like wiping dust off an electrical contact, the signal comes through strong and clear again. Third, this massage indirectly supports the prostate. Better circulation in the area means less congestion, improved hormonal activity, and for many men, relief from those annoying nighttime bathroom trips. More than a few guys have told me their erections improved and their midnight wake-ups dropped from 4 times a night to once or none. Finally, this releases pelvic floor tension. Those muscles, just like your shoulders or back, can get overloaded and rigid, but since they're hidden deep inside, most men never realize the role they play in erections, orgasm, and bladder control. There's also an effect most men overlook: the impact on your nervous system. This massage activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for relaxation, repair, and recovery. Stress hormones like cortisol, which directly interfere with sexual function, start to drop. That's why so many men report not just better performance, but also a sense of calm, mental clarity, and emotional balance. Now, when should you do this and how often? Mornings are fantastic because that's when testosterone peaks. Massaging the perineum right after you wake up is like amplifying a signal your body is already sending. A lot of my morning guys tell me they feel more energized throughout the day and notice firmer, spontaneous erections within the first week. Nighttime has its own advantages. A 1-minute massage before bed helps your nervous system downshift into deep relaxation, reduces stress, and can improve both nocturnal erections and morning firmness. I usually recommend starting every other day so your body can adapt without irritation. After the first week, move to once daily. And if you're really enjoying the benefits, twice a day, morning and night, tends to amplify results. But let me be clear, it's not about duration or force. 1 consistent minute beats a long, sporadic session every time. Think of it like exercise. You don't get fit by destroying yourself at the gym once a month. You get fit by showing up every day with the right stimulus. And here's a practical tip. If you've got an intimate evening planned, doing the massage about 2 to 3 hours beforehand tends to work best. It primes the system without overstimulating it, so you're ready with energy when the moment arrives. The biggest challenge with any health practice isn't learning what to do. It's sticking with it long enough to see real results. The trick is linking this massage to something you already do every day, right after your morning shower, before you shave, or as part of your bedtime routine. When you attach it to an existing habit, it becomes automatic. One of my patients told me that simply keeping a bottle of oil on his nightstand was the game changer. Out of sight means out of mind. But when it's right there staring at you every night, you can't forget. Another powerful tool is keeping a simple log. Nothing fancy. Just jot down how you felt, your energy level, how your body responded. After a month, those notes become undeniable proof of your progress, and that proof is all the motivation you need. Beyond erections, men who stick with this practice report benefits they never expected. Better bladder control, that annoying dribble after urinating, those constant nighttime bathroom runs, they start fading. I had a patient in his late 60s who went from getting up 4 times a night to sleeping straight through. His wife was just as thrilled as he was. Relief from chronic pelvic or lower back pain. The pelvic floor connects to the hips, the lower back, the core. When those muscles are knotted up, they pull on everything around them. Release the tension and the pain that's been hanging around for years can finally let go. Greater stability during exercise, faster recovery, even improved mental clarity and mood. When stress hormones drop and circulation improves, there's this lightness, this focus, this renewed energy that men tell me spills over into every part of their lives. At the end of the day, it comes down to a simple choice. Do you accept decline as an unavoidable consequence of aging, or do you decide to take an active role in keeping your body strong, vital, and alive? I've seen countless men, guys in their 60s, 70s, even past 80, who felt defeated because pills weren't giving them lasting results. They believed their best years were behind them. And then, when they adopted this 1-minute daily massage, something shifted. They started feeling like they had control again. They discovered they didn't have to surrender their vitality to age. I think often about a patient who came to me at nearly 80, convinced that intimacy was a thing of the past. After 30 days of consistent practice, he sat in my office with tears in his eyes and told me he hadn't just improved physically. He'd reconnected emotionally with his wife. They were laughing together again, holding each other, and he said something I'll never forget. "Doc, I feel like myself again." That's the real promise here. It's not just about firmer erections. It's about a fuller life, lived with joy, confidence, and closeness. The choice is right in front of you. You can keep relying on quick fixes, hoping for results that never quite arrive, watching your vitality slip away bit by bit. Or you can invest 1 minute each day to nourish your body, improve your circulation, rebuild your confidence, and reconnect with who you really are. The investment is tiny. A little time, a little consistency, maybe a bottle of oil. But the payoff can be extraordinary. Your best years don't have to be behind you. They can be right ahead. The decision is literally in your hands.